By the time this video uploads, I will have already completed my dream project, my film project, Magician Kaikaku. Now, I remember back when I was 18 years old, I was broke. I barely had money to do anything. I remember one time I went into a sushi place and the owner felt so bad, he made me a little sushi wrap. I was so broke. Then, even after I left my fast food job and making many mistakes along the way at 20, I'm 20 now for context. I'm going to be honest, it's been a long journey, and this is coming from the heart. I am glad I am pursuing entrepreneurship full time. The reason why I'm making this video is not to just only inspire people to be better, but to inspire people to be better at not only what they do, but to innovate and inspire and motivate the next generation of innovators and entrepreneurs. I'm not making this video and saying what I'm about to say to deter you all from doing a business. I'm not saying this to say, oh, you gotta get a 9 to 5. I'm not saying this to do whatever. I'm saying this because I want you to know my story so it can inspire you. When I was 18, it was February of 2023. I broke up with my ex-girlfriend. After that, I could have went on a downward spiral, but when it was July of 2023, I went back to God. Now, the reason I was Christian and stuff, but I started to distance myself, not from God, but from reality. And what I mean by that is reality as in like I was starting to slowly just distance myself from all that was divine and stuff. And I pleaded with God, please, just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You get the point. You get the point of what I'm trying to say. And then I found a job. God gave me a second chance to redeem myself. And then I also remember when my career preparation teacher said, call me flaky, because I left 3 different jobs. 3, that's right. 3 different jobs and 3 different opportunities because I had to leave because it was outside of my control. Honestly, when I look back on my life, I don't remember the hard times as something I should forget. I remember the hard times as something as opportunities for growth and opportunities to use that growth to propel myself even further in life. Nothing comes to you for free, and nothing will ever come to save you unless you save yourself. Now, the 0.1% of the time, you'll have maybe someone save you last second. But that is an opportunity so rare and it requires so many allies, and you put effort to get those allies. And those don't come cheap. Allies and true friends that uplift you and stuff, they don't come cheap. Now, I'm going to trace back to what I meant by and back in July. Because back in July, it was the hardest point of my life, honestly. And the hardest point about it is I was so shy. I was very introverted. I was probably more introverted then than I was at any other point. I was almost mute. I didn't really speak a lot at all. And truly, I just felt lost in life. But then I turned it around. Senior year, I told myself it was going to be my year. It was going to be my year and my destiny to change the outcome of life. I worked hard. I became president of NHS. I was the second best president at NHS. And not only that, I became director of morning show until that shut down, unfortunately. Right before high school, I remember looking back and I told myself, man, how can this get better? I filmed my first film project, complete season, 3 episodes, Warnoby. How could this get any better? And then I won 1 scholarship. Not just 1, 2 scholarships. I was so shocked because I was not expecting to win any of the scholarships. Or the second one, even more. And then, exactly a year later, I screwed up. I went broke again. I took a risk, it didn't pay off, and then at my job, you know what they said? That I would fail again. And if they watch this right now, whoever's watching this, if they know who they are, just like my ex-girlfriend does. I see you. But let's not make this personal, because I'm here to tell you now, because whenever this uploads, Magician Kaiku, my dream project, will be finished. Now here's the part, and I'm going to put a timestamp in the video when I start talking about how I completed my dream project in a month, how I wrapped it up, how I began to lock in. Now, I locked in, and I'm sweating because I'm in the car, but let's get away. I locked in, it was April 1st of 2025. Yeah. In 2025, it was exactly 8 months, maybe 6, I can't exactly remember. Because in July of 2024, I took that risk and went broke, and, well, here we are now. But we'll get to that. April 1st, 2025 was the most important day in the history of my film career, because that is when I began really started to film episode 5. A week later, I would finish that, and then another week later, I would finish episode 3. Now, while I was doing that stuff, you can see it up here, I did not expect to get from episode 2 to literally now, right now as we're speaking, almost done with episode 5. Okay? And whenever this video uploads, whenever I decide to upload it, I just want you to know, whoever's watching this, is that you can do it too. You can do it too. Do not let anyone tell you what you should do, how you should pursue your dreams, and what you should do in life. Because I am living proof. 4 jobs, got a little bit lucky, whatever you want to interpret from my story. Okay? Whatever you want to interpret from my story, okay? I am living proof that you can do it too. You can do it, okay? And this is coming from one who's been through it, even though they're from a middle-class family, rich, whatever you want to call me in the future. I did it. I did it, okay? Against all the odds, I made a film series, not just a few episodes. I made 6 episodes, season 1, a semi-professional production. Okay? You can do it too. Now, my point, and the world's window down. I have to start a car in a second. But my point in making this video is to show you that because if you have dreams and you have goals and you have stuff that you need to do it. Now, it was April 1st. I decided to lock in. April 28th, I realized I locked in so hard, I grinded so hard. I finished it. I finished episode 5 almost. I finished episode 4, and then I finished because for context, because I did episode 4 and 5 at the same time. Yeah. You heard that right. I did them both at the same time, okay? I did it at the same time. And you know what? No one can take that achievement away from me. Because even if you destroyed my film studio, even if you erased my memory, you couldn't take away that from me. As only if you took away my memory. That's how big the achievement was. And right now, in this moment in history, in this video, whenever it uploads, I just want you to know that I made it. Not in money, not with a bunch of supercars, not with a bunch of Lamborghinis, not with a bunch of Ferraris, not with a bunch of Chirons, whatever. I think, yeah. I forgot the name of the one supercar. My bad. But not with anything else. I made it to my dream life. And not my dream life. But I made it happen. I locked in, and I made my dream film project come true. Because at the end of the day, you might get lucky. Chances are, no one's going to come save you. No one's going to come save you. Unless you save yourself. And that is the truth. And it's already 10 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up by saying, not thank you for watching, but keep grinding and keep following God. Because it is God, people. It is God that will get you through the hard times, because tough men, when they go through hard times are temporary. Tough men are forever.